straight to funded accounts have been shaking up the prop firm industry, right? So we have been used to passing challenges and then paying an activation fee going to a funded account. But there's been a couple of companies the past few months that have released what's called straight to funded account, instant funded accounts, where you just pay a one-time fee and you get your funded account right away. Right now, we have two firms which are paying a lot of money to trade this, right? So we have Tradeify that has paid close to $7 million in the last 30 days. And then on number two, we have Top One Futures paying out $5 million in the last 30 days alone, right? So a lot of money being paid out to traders. So which one do you choose, right? So which firm is best for you? And I promise this is going to be the most honest comparison you see between Tradeify and Top One Futures. So without wasting any more time, let's get to it. Okay, so before we get into all the information, any slide that you see with a green background is going to be Tradeify information. Any slide that you see with the white background is going to be Top One Futures information, and you also will have the logos on the top right corner, okay? So we're going to have this in two parts. One is going to be straight to funded on a $50,000 account. So we compared the $50,000 accounts, which I feel like are the most popular. And then on part two of this video, we're going to talk about the $150,000 accounts as well, which is the largest size that both of these companies have, right? So if you're focused more on the $150,000 accounts, you can just skip there to that part of the video. Price and key points. So the $50,000 account is going to cost you about $330 with the sale that Tradeify has going on right now until March 31st. You have the link below this video as well, from the full price of $509, okay? Key points about the program. Do not exceed your maximum number of contracts, right? So on a $50,000 account, you are allowed 5 minis or 50 micros per trade. Do not hit or exceed the 1250 daily loss limit or your account will be deactivated for that trading day. And that's why it says soft breach as well, right? So on these accounts, you will have a daily loss limit in place. Do not let your account balance hit or go below 48,000. So there is a trailing max drawdown of $2,000, but it is end of day, right? So it is not an intraday trailing drawdown, which is a good sign. There are 10 minimum trading days until you become eligible for a payout. And you also have a consistency rule that says your best day cannot be greater than 20% of your total profits. I have made a very simple video explaining how the consistency rule works. I'll probably going to link that in this video as well, right? But there is a minimum trading days to pay out, and there's also a consistency rule in place as well. Now with Tradeify, you can have up to 5 active SIM funded accounts, right? So you can have 5 instant or straight to funded accounts with Tradeify. On this table, I also put down the cost per $1 of drawdown, right? So theoretically, right, when you purchase these accounts, you are paying for this drawdown, right? So you get this account, but you have only $2,000 to lose. So if we break it down per $1, you're paying about 17 cents per dollar of drawdown with Tradeify. Now with Top One, for the same $50,000 account, straight to funded, right? It is going to be $62 cheaper, and the cost per $1 drawdown is going to be 3 cents cheaper, right? So you're paying less per each dollar of drawdown. Okay, so right now, with the sale that they have going on with the Memorial Day sale, it's going to be $269 from the $598 full price. You have the link below this video as well for Top One Futures, the code and the link to use to get these discounted prices. The number of contracts to use is going to be the same here as Tradeify, so 5 minis or 50 micros. There is no daily loss limit as of right now with Top One Futures, right? So they have been having a couple of rule changes the past few weeks. They have recently removed the daily loss limit as of right now. So instead of the 1250 with Tradeify, there is no daily loss limit here. Do not let your account balance hit or go below 48,000. So the trailing max drawdown stays the same, and it is end of day as well. There are 10 minimum trading days until you become eligible for a payout or any times. So the minimum days to payout is the same as Tradeify, but Top One does actually give you a add-on at checkout if you want to purchase the anytime payouts as well, right? The anytime payouts, all it does is basically once you hit your consistency rule, which is the same as Tradeify, 20%, you are eligible to take that payout without waiting the 10 minimum trading days, right? But it will be an extra cost at checkout on top of the $269 here, okay? But with top on futures, you are allowed only up to 3 active sim funded accounts, right? So you cannot copy trade more than 3 accounts at any point in time when it comes to top on futures. Payout policy, which I feel like is very important for you traders. Profit split with Tradeify is 90-10 from the start. So with the trader receiving 90% of the payouts and Tradeify retaining 10% of the requested payout. So how do you become eligible for a payout? So there's going to be 3 steps, okay? And these are between each payout request. First thing, reach a 20% consistency. So basically means that you need at least 5 trading days to be eligible for a payout. You cannot become eligible before 5 trading days with a 20% consistency. You can request a payout after trading for at least 10 trading days, and the trader must hit the payout profit goals as seen on the table below. Okay, so for your first payout goal, you need to hit the 6% target, which is $3,000. So your account balance needs to be $53,000. And then for your second payout goal, you need another 4%, so $2,000. Again, this is on top, right? So if you hit the $53,000 and you take a payout, you need $2,000 in addition to what that balance is to be eligible for the next payout. And then for your third payout and any payout after that, you need to hit the 4%, so another $2,000 for each payout after that. Again, this is only the third requirement here, because if you just hit $2,000 but haven't traded for 10 trading days and don't have a 20% consistency, you will not be eligible for a payout. Payout policy when it comes to top 1 futures, profit split is the same 90-10. Payout eligibility, reach a 20% consistency, which is the same. Request a payout after 10 trading days, which is the same as Tradeify, or anytime if you have the add-on at checkout. And then the trader must hit the payout profit goals as seen on the table below. Again, if you are looking at the slides, guys, anything that is green, it means that it is better than the previous firm. Anything that is red, it means that it's worse or a little bit worse than the previous firm. So with top 1 futures, the first goal is going to be the same as Tradeify, so 6%, $3,000. But the second goal is actually higher. So it is 1% higher than Tradeify, 5% compared to the 4% of Tradeify, which is $500 higher, right? So you need to make $500 more on your second profit target to get a payout, okay? And then your third target and beyond is going to be 4%, $2,000, which is in line with Tradeify. The minimum and maximum payouts you can take out. So there's $1,000 minimum payout per each payout request, right? So you cannot request less than $1,000, okay? There's also a maximum payout amount based on your payout tier as seen on your right, okay? So Tradeify splits it in payout tiers, meaning that for your first payout, your maximum payout is $2,000, okay? Second payout, $2,000. Third payout, $2,000. Any payout after that, they increase it to $2,500, right? So you get more that you can take out of your account after your fourth payout. Other information on payouts. So once your payout is approved, your funds are immediately withdrawn from your account and payouts will be issued within 24 hours after the withdrawal has been processed. There is one payout method currently, which is Rice Pay, which funds can be withdrawn through a bank transfer or crypto. And when you qualify for and request a payout, the maximum drawdown locks in at your initial account balance plus $100, right? So whatever your drawdown was at that point, once you take that first payout, it will move to your initial balance plus $100, which is $50,000 and $100, okay? And it locks there, doesn't trail up from that point. Now, top 1 futures, there's a minimum payout percentage that a trader can withdraw, which is 1% of the starting balance. So for a $50,000 account that we're talking about right now is $500. So you can actually take smaller payouts when it comes to top 1 futures if you don't want to take $1,000 chunks, okay? And there's also a maximum payout amount, which is $2,500, right? So it is from the get-go. There's no payout tiers here. So you get $2,500 from the start. You only reach the $2,500 max payout on your fourth payout with Tradeify, but with top 1 futures, you get that from your first payout. Other information on payouts. So once your payout is approved, your funds are immediately withdrawn from your account and payouts will be issued within 4 hours after the withdrawal has been processed. There's one payment method here as well, which is Rice Pay, the same, which funds can be withdrawn through bank transfer or crypto. And then the lock on the drawdown is the same as well, which happens $100 plus your initial balance. Trading platforms, support, and more. So the trading platforms you can use with Tradeify is going to be Tradeivate and NinjaTrader as of right now. Support is business hours chat support, and these are the restricted countries. Okay, so a lot of countries on the list here. Make sure that you are not trading from any of these countries. Okay. Top one futures trading platforms right now, only Project X. Support, it is 24/7 chat support, and these are the restricted countries, so a lot on this list as well. But you will find differences in these restricted countries, right? So you will see some countries restricted on Tradeify, but not top one, restricted on top one, but not on Tradeify. So maybe that is, one of the ways you're making a decision as well, whether you're choosing Tradeify or top one as well. Conclusion. So this is a quick conclusion on the differences between the two. Okay, so discounted price as of right now, if you are using the links and the codes below this video, is $330 with Tradeify, $270 with Top One Futures. Cost per $1 of drawdown, you're paying 17 cents per each dollar of drawdown, 13 cents with Top One Futures for each dollar of drawdown. The maximum number of contracts you can take per trade is going to be same for both 5 minis or 50 micros. Currently, Tradeify does have a daily loss limit as a soft breach, right? 1250. Top one does not. Trailing max drawdown stays the same on both for $2,000 and end of day. Maximum number of accounts you can have, it's 5 with Tradeify and 3 with Top one. Consistency is going to be the same on both, so 20% and 20%. Minimum trading days to pay out is going to be 10 with Tradeify, and then with Top One Futures is going to be 10 or any time if you purchase the add-on at checkout. Payout goals, right? So you need to hit 3,000 for your first payout, 2,000, and then 2,000. And then with Top One Futures, it's going to be 3,000, 2,500, and 2,000. All right, so the second payout is a little bit higher here for Top One Futures. Minimum payout is $1,000 with Tradeify, but only 500 with Top One Futures. Maximum payout is going to be 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and 2,500 for each payout target. And then for Top One Futures, it's going to be 2,500 no matter which payout tier you are in. Okay. Profit split is going to be the same on both, so 90% on both. Platform support, right? So it's going to be different platforms that Tradeify supports versus Top One Futures. Here is Tradeivate and NinjaTrader. Right now with Top One Futures, only Project X. Support hours, currently Tradeify business hours versus Top One 24/7. Okay. And then obviously you can just go through the restricted countries list yourself and see if you are in one of those restricted countries. Straight to funded 150K accounts. Okay, so let's talk about the 150K accounts here, see which one is better, the pros and cons on both. So the price for a 150K account right now is going to be 473.85 cents, right, from the 729 full price. Okay, as long as you're using the link and the code below this video. And then the key points for this program, 15 minis are allowed to trade or 150 micros. Do not hit or exceed the 3750 daily loss limit or your account will be deactivated for that trading day. Okay, so the account is still valid, but you will be having a soft breach, right? That stops you trading for that day. Trailing max drawdown, okay, do not hit the $144,000 mark as you start. Keep in mind it is trailing, right? But it only trails during the day. And then same with the other $50,000 account we went over. There's 10 minimum trading days to get a payout, a 20% consistency rule, and you can have up to 5 funded accounts, okay? On this account, you're paying about 8 cents per each dollar of drawdown, right? Which is significantly less than the $50,000 accounts, okay? Top One Futures here, $115 cheaper, okay? So you're paying about $359 with the current sale from the $798 full price. Key points, do not hit or exceed your maximum number of contracts, so same 15 contracts you're allowed. There's no daily loss limit right now with Top One Futures, so that gets removed. And then do not let your account balance hit or go below $145,500, right? So you do get less of a drawdown here with Top One Futures, only at $4,500. Like the drawdown is end of day as well. And then the rules are the same as the other $50,000 account we went over. 10 minimum days to pay out or anytime. Consistency rule is 20%. You are only allowed up to 3 sim funded accounts at any point in time. Now, keep this in mind because I want to make this very, very clear. Even though it's $115 cheaper, if you look at the cost per $1 drawdown, it's still 8 cents. Okay, so if we're talking about how much you're paying for the actual drawdown that you're getting, right? You're paying the same amount of dollars here as well. So just because the account is cheaper doesn't mean you're getting a cheaper price. Technically, it is the same um, dollar amount you're paying for the drawdown you're getting because you get less drawdown, costs less, so that comes about the same on the 8 cents mark. Payout policy here with Tradeify, the rules stay the same as the other $50,000 account. So you have a 90% split. Okay, you need to reach 20% consistency. You need to trade 10 trading days, and you need to hit the payout profit goals as seen as the table below. Now these will be different, right? Because it is a bigger account. So first payout goal is 6%, also $9,000 to get your first payout. Second payout goal is going to be 4,500, and then your third payout goal or beyond, right? Fourth, fifth, and so on, is going to be $3,000. With top one futures, again, rules stay the same as the $50,000 account. 90% payout split, 20% consistency, 10 trading days or any time if you buy the add-on. And then the payout profit goals are as seen below. So the first goal is going to be in line with Tradeify, so $9,000 to get your first payout. Your second payout goal increases. It's 2% higher here actually, or $3,000 higher, which is a big jump from Tradeify. And then your third payout goal is 2% higher, another $3,000 from Tradeify. Okay. Minimum and max payout amount. So again, on these accounts with Tradeify, you have $1,000 minimum payout per each payout request. This is in line with every account size that they have actually. And they also have the maximum payout tiers as seen on the table here on the right, which is 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Then after or on your fourth and after your fourth payout, it's going to be $3,500 per each payout amount, right? So you cannot take more than that per each payout request. The other information does stay the same, right? So payouts are processed within 24 hours or issued within 24 hours. Payout method is going to be Rise Pay, which is a bank transfer or crypto. And then when you qualify for and request the payout amount, the maximum drawdown does lock at your initial balance plus $100. The minimum payout percentage with top one futures, it's 1% of the starting balance. So $1,500 here, which is $500 more than Tradeify, right? So you cannot take less than $1,500. And then the maximum payout a month starts at $3,500, right? So there's no payout tiers, right? With Tradeify, you had $3,000 maximum payouts until your fourth payout. Here you get $3,500 from the start. Other information on payouts stay the same. So payouts are issued within 4 hours of processing. One payment method, which is Rise Pay through a bank transfer or crypto. And the same with Tradeify. When you qualify and request a payout, the maximum drawdown does lock at your initial account balance plus $100. Conclusion on the $150,000 accounts. Okay, so discounted price with Tradeify is going to be $474. Top on futures $360. Cost per each dollar drawdown is going to be the same on both. So even though it's cheaper, you are paying the same amount per the drawdown. Max contracts 15 minis or 150 micros on both. Daily loss limit 3750 is a soft reach for Tradeify, none with top on futures. Trailing max drawdown is 6,000 with Tradeify, but only 4,500 with top on futures. Stays end of day for both. Maximum number of accounts 5 with Tradeify and 3 with top on futures. Consistency 20% for both. Minimum trading days to pay out 10 for Tradeify, 10 or anytime with top on futures if you get the add-on at checkout. Payout goals 9,000, 4,500, and 30,000. With top on futures 9,000, 7,500, and 6,000 here. Minimum payout 1,000 with Tradeify and 1,500 top on futures. And then maximum payout 3K, 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 3,500, and thereafter. And you start with 3,500 with top on futures. Profit split the same on both with 90%. Platforms Tradeovate and NinjaTrader with Tradeify. Top one futures Project X only. Support hours, business hours, and top one futures 24/7. Now I know we need to talk about the live accounts as well, but it was a lot of numbers, a lot of information in this video, and the live accounts are even more complicated. So I was like, okay, let me just make a separate video about that. So make sure you stay subscribed because I'm going to release another video comparing top one futures and Tradeify live programs, because maybe that is what you're aiming for, right? You're aiming for those live accounts. Maybe, the funded account, that the sim funded world doesn't, incite you as much. You're looking for the live markets. A video is going to come on that in the next few days. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, you just saw very similar in terms of programs, some differences, some pros and cons with both firms, right? If you're choosing a $50,000 account, look at the pros and cons there. If you're going with the $150,000 accounts, see what's the pros and cons for there. Um, $25,000, $100,000 accounts don't really make much sense to me. I've crunched down the numbers. They don't really make sense compared with the 50 or 150. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure, again, you stay subscribed, hit that share, like button, and make sure you take advantage of the discounts with Tradeify and Top One Futures with the links below this video.